as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football, and getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. Give him 18 on that one. And the Ravens are going to have a first down.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, to be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Second down, Flacco now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Williams. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
So 2nd and 10 here. Watkins alone on the left side. Again, now it's Taylor on 2nd and 10. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And an alley to run. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Oh, he's got it going early in this one. That's the Shady McCoy. That's vintage right there, right? Breaking tackles, creating explosive runs. And if they don't take care of this early, look out. This guy's going to have a big, big day.
You know where he got that nickname Shady, by the way?
I know you're going to educate me on it. Help me out.
Mama gave him that name when he was a youngster.
And if Mama named him Shady, we're going to call him Shady.
Absolutely. And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers. There's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now Taylor on 1st down. And that's caught. Watkins. Touchdown, Buffalo. Sammy Watkins, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills are in for 6. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Williams. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now Taylor going to hand this one off to McCoy. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
They'll go again to McCoy. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Final play of the half. It's Taylor looking sideline, and that's caught by Watkins. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken near the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On second down, here's Taylor. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. To throw again is Taylor. Going to drop this off to McCoy. Complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it 2nd down. Just 2 yards to go here on 2nd down for the offense. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Taylor will throw again. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills will add on to their lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to him until the defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
To return, here's Michael Campanaro. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Flacco. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
All right, say it with me now. There are a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty.
Yep. Wiley.
Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch. I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On the ground, 4th set. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justin Forsett with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
2nd and 10, it's Taylor again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. On 3rd down, Taylor. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. There were a couple holes there, partner. Was that zone coverage?
That's exactly what it was, Brandon. When you see man-to-man, that defender runs with the receiver. In this case, they were just taking care of their zone coverages, their responsibilities on the field, and the offense found the open space.
Now it's Taylor. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. A lone second remains now in this third quarter.
Let's go. 1, 9.
Second and 10 now. It's Taylor. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the fourth quarter. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
Here we go. Check round.
Throwing again, it's Taylor. And now another one thrown incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up fourth down. Here's Colton Schmidt now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything?
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And here come the Bills. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A solid pickup of 13 sets them up first and goal. So they're operating in the red zone. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Another pistol look here. From the gun, it's Taylor. And that's caught. Watkins. Touchdown, Buffalo. Sammy Watkins from 8 yards out. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe.
And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 50 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
2nd and 10. Flacco once more. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. 10 yards to go on third. Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. He's got his man on the crossing route. A gain of 19 in picking up the first. And now the offense operates in the red zone. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Steve Smith, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Ravens draw a bit closer.
Okay, I know it's an old line, but it still applies here. The fat lady has not sung yet. She may be warming up, but she hasn't sung yet. There's still an opportunity.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
They come up in an offset eye. Now Taylor. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here we go.
Out of the pistol, it's McCoy. And he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup, and the Bills are going to have a first down.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. He's going to get the football. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 2nd down, here's Taylor. Steps away, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep...
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Carpenter knocks it through, and the Bills will add on to their lead. So barring something extraordinary, something crazy here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Brandon, this will be a great win for them. The better team's going to win this game, no question about it.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Flacco looks to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Kamar Aiken, the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. And, Charles, in this situation, this is where the word miracle comes into play.
Have to score real fast, maybe throw a jump ball in the end zone and hope for the best.
Flacco. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Tenth carry now for McCoy. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, there's what we call an even front or an odd front. And an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3, 4.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Watch left, watch left. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
One last gasp for Flacco. Surveying the field. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. All right, Charles, so you win the game. Not only do you get the W in the left-hand column, you get some momentum for the coming week.
Now when you go into the week and you're telling the guys what mistakes have to be corrected, what we have to do to win going forward, you have their full attention. They're excited, they're happy, and they know if they can build that momentum, they can ultimately achieve all their goals.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.